She said that American soccer fans, most of them aren't smart. They don't know the game. They don't understand.
Gio.
That guy gazpacho.
Sports can take a lame gorilla, okay?
Right, did you know that Arsenal died?
These got me buzzing.
Up the TOFFEES. It's hard to up them anyway.
I'm not even going to comment on that. Welcome back to Footy with the boys. Oh my God, Mike, massive hands over there. That's a regular-sized Coca-Cola can.
Oh my
Boys,
People
the
are gonna
Premier
start
League
tuning
is
in
back.
just to see
American players are back in action. Palmer, I'm just going to keep talking over you at this point because you're going to say something out of pocket.
Every pod.
And we don't need that 10 seconds in. We'll move to some big news here today. We'll get some sounding off on the Gunners' big win. The Toffees tried their best. We'll wrap up the rest of the Premier League. We'll get into the U.S. Men's National Team Corner, keep you guys updated on everything there. Then we'll add a new segment at the end, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you like and subscribe here before you get too far into the video. But first, let's start with the big news. Big news of the weekend here with the Man City-Chelsea game. And Man City comes out on top. Erling Haaland, still a robot. And they win 2-0. Kovacic, the former Chelsea midfielder, dribbles past about $220 million of midfielders before slotting one home with a nice strike there. Boys, thoughts on this one? I didn't think Chelsea looked as bad as maybe some on social media are saying, but still Chelsea Man City here, Mike.
They actually looked pretty good the first 10, 15 minutes of the game. Had some of the ball, were doing the things they knew they could hurt City with, playing direct, pressing, looking to go over the top. That was obvious their game plan. And then it went to shit.
And his internet went to shit.
Christ, we need
Nick,
to work on this.
what are your thoughts on Chelsea Man City?
I hate this guy. He shows up 30 minutes late to the pod just to freeze on this first rant. Jesus Christ.
All right, Nick, thoughts on the game?
Listen, I think Pep literally came out before the game and was like, do we want to win the title? Not really, but we will in May. I'm like, okay. And that's kind of the vibes that I saw from the Man City team. Yeah, Chelsea looked all right. A lot of people were saying like, oh, Chelsea played them really hard the whole game. They looked fine. They looked solid. But I mean, this wasn't Man City at 100%. Even a home or was it at home? Yeah, an away opener at Chelsea to start the season isn't really getting their juices flowing, which shows the state of the league at the moment. But at the end of the day, they still won 2-0. It was never uncomfortable because Nico Jackson's on the other side. So,
shout out Savio, looked dirty on the wing there for Man City, and shout out Nico Jackson. He has stayed true to his colors and continues to just not be it at striker. To the other side of Manchester, Manchester United had the opening game this weekend against Fulham. A win, and Joshua Zirkzee scores on his debut. But boys, it's the exact same story as last season for Manchester United. Is there a hope that they're still going to turn it around? Or is this same old Manchester United we saw all of last season that are uninspiring? Mike?
Uninspiring. I think there's a glimmer of hope when they start having some of these new guys in the starting lineup once they get Højlund back. But this was really flat. Midfield looked awful. Casemiro and Kabi Mainu didn't really work very well. Bruno at the false nine was an idea that didn't work that well. And Marcus Rashford still looks flat. No pace,
slow as
no
hell.
Drive to take someone off the dribble, and never looks to shoot. I mean, we saw the one where he passes it off when he has an easy shooting opportunity, and Scott McTominay fluffs his lines. Dude is checked out. He does not have the killer instinct at the moment. And you can say that about a lot of the guys on Man U. I don't expect a whole lot from him this season. Will it get maybe a little bit better? We'll have to see.
Yeah, it looks like Zirkzee, though, at least is a good option. And Garnacho, the one that missed that wide open net, that's a tough one for the future of Argentina, Mike?
Future of Argentina, one said.
Hey, he's one of the better players of Man U.
He is. I was surprised to see that he was not starting this one. Also surprised to see DeLitt and Johnny Evans as the subs that Eric Ten Hag made down the stretch. But I suppose it worked out. They end up getting a goal as Manchester United did. We were saying Scott McTominay getting subbed on, that means they're 100% getting a goal in the 80th minute or later, and that's exactly what happened. Well, boys, of course, we had some more pressing games this weekend that we are a little bit more interested in due to our fandom. And Nick, it was starting with your Arsenal Gunners getting 3 points on the board here, and you couldn't choose really two better players to get off the mark here. Kai Havertz playing at the striker role. You want to make sure he's getting goals. He got his. And then Bukayo Saka, Starboy himself on that left foot, banging in the second one. Nick, what do you think of the performance here from the boys?
Yeah, it was good. It was solid. They were, obviously the better team. There's probably like a 15-minute spell in that second half where Wolves were really pressing for a goal. Didn't succumb. Great save by David Raya in the first half on a counter too, which, geez, Thomas Partey on the counter is a scary defensive sight, by the way. Hopefully we don't have to see those two, him and Zinchenko, fumbling around in our defensive half too often. But I thought it was good. I think my favorite thing about it, obviously, Saka, incredible. Best player on the pitch by a country mile. Beautiful cross for Havertz's header and a beautiful goal as well. So really, really good game for the star boy. Constantly getting doubled up. Doesn't matter for him. Stops certain names like Cole Palmer today, but Saka's used to the treatment. So great performance by him. And I thought the subs that came on were really positive too. They were like, the level didn't go down or anything. We kept playing. And honestly, as soon as Zinchenko came off, we were back on the front foot after that like 15-minute spell. So not too surprising there. I just want to give a little bit more love to Kai Havertz because again, everyone keeps telling me that we're missing a like 9 that can lead us to a title. Kai Havertz has 17 goal contributions in his past 15 games in the Prem. He played most of last season as a midfielder and has only produced as our number 9. So I thought he had another really good game today, even without the goal. I thought he linked up play really well, and then he shows what he can do with that powering header. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Or am I crazy thinking this Havertz thing is can be permanent?
I don't. I still think that Arsenal should get an actual striker, out and out striker, to play that position that can be as Mike likes to say, a bagman. But Kai Havertz, not just doing the job adequately, he is excelling at it. So I still feel to be comfortable and really say yes, they're going to win the title. They have enough to push above a Manchester City, just like Man City's doing. You got to just keep stacking up the talent, and I think you need to stack up the talent, especially for goal scorers. But I mean, Kai Havertz is getting it done. As much doubters as there are after his time at Chelsea, he's continually played pretty decent there over at Arsenal. Mike, striker for Arsenal, you think?
I think he is a permanent guy. Don't get that mixed up. But I think he needs a guy to kind of complement him, more of a target forward, kind of like we see with Germany. Him and Füllkrug offer different things at different times in the game. And none of the guys currently in Arsenal, Jesus and Nketiah, offer that. They're kind of similar profiles, on the ball type strikers. I
Havertz
think add that to the mix, it just makes it a stronger roster.
Havertz is 6'4", bro. I mean, his hold up play is great. So he
is, but he doesn't play like a 6'4".
Yes, he does, bro. I think
he plays much more diminutive
fielder.
He scored a powering header yesterday. That was classics. What you're talking about. So I don't know. I think that him and Jesus are two very different profiles and good enough to mix it up. If I'm looking for someone in the front line, I would like a little bit more pace because right now Martinelli is the only guy who will consistently destroy a back line with just pace. Saka is obviously fast too, but not at that level. So that's really more what I'm looking for. Trossard obviously not that guy, but I don't know. I love the Havertz thing. The only real areas of concern, I think, Timber looked good when he came on, so fingers crossed. Calafiori got in 2 weeks. Got in 2 weeks ago, so obviously he didn't start. Fingers crossed. We're doing Zinchenko. I get the whole Thomas Partey thing. I understand why Arteta's still playing him. I understand why people still rate him because in the offensive half of the field, the way he manipulates the ball, the way he picks out passes is insane. And when he was in his physical prime, to have those two together, it was an ungodly combination. And now, he just does not have the physicality anymore. And even with Declan Rice doing a lot of the covering, when we looked weak was when Partey like did some false pushing up. So I really think that this Mikel Merino transfer, which is, I mean, has been
Final
on the
moments
finish line for
for the
3
Fab.
weeks, it feels like. Hopefully that will help a lot. But both of those guys are really question marks for me. The rest of the team, I think, did exactly what we think they should have done.
Marino just edging Arsenal here for his signature,
Seriously.
but Fabrizio Romano did say that he is very, very close to coming and signing the actual signature. I didn't even
Is
mean
he?
that one.
Come on,
My
man.
Is
bad
he?
on
Come
that
on,
one. But yeah, I mean,
Yikes.
Arsenal looked good in their debut. Wolves looking slightly assaultish with the way they treated Gabriel Jesus and Havertz. But you know what? It works out in the end here for Arsenal. They get their 3 points. Mike, you know what we used to do? We go bring them down, bring them up. We're switching it up for this one. We're bringing them up, and then we're bringing them right down for us Everton Toffee fans. God-awful showing from Everton in this one.
Home.
Keane starts.
Yeah.
No Braithwaite available. No O'Brien starting. No Lizard. None of the new signings, really, other than Tim, in this one for Everton. And it's going to be a long season, I think you could say here. It was early and often 3-0, almost 4, but God damn it, VAR's got our back over there. And then Ashley Young getting sent off as well, the 50-year-old right back. Mike, if you're not going to be good at offense and just boot it up there, you got to be good at defense. And Everton let them dribble through them. What are you seeing here from Everton, and what are your hopes for the season after seeing what's happened so far?
This was fucking miserable. I don't have high expectations for Everton. Never have, but this was disgusting. We obviously have money to sign players. We signed players this summer. We sold Onana for 60 M's, and we couldn't buy a right back. We were relying on Ashley Young, who's 39, to play right back. And our other option is Seamus Coleman or Nathan Patterson. Like, what the hell are you doing? Of course he got a red card because he's in a foot race and the dude's half his age. So, yeah, it's always going to be a red card. We got Michael Keane starting next to Tarkowski. I don't give a fuck that Jake O'Brien hasn't been in the squad very long. Michael Keane is awful, has never been a good player, and he's terrible now. He's at a championship or a League One level, and he's starting in a Premier League game. He was accountable for 2 of the goals, couldn't track anybody, stepped out of position and was just wailing around, not good on the ball. Tarkowski wasn't much better. Pickford tried his best, but kind of was just left to rot today. And no one else looked good. I mean, Big Dom didn't have much to do, ran. Substitutions were not wise. And having Jack Harrison start, I never like to see Jack Harrison start. I don't like to see him in my team, period. No positives. 0 positives, all negatives. Brighton, to their credit, looked a lot better than I thought they would. I thought they would not have their tactics down pat this early in the season. They played well. The subs played well. They're a force to be reckoned with. Don't know how high they're going to be in the table because it's very competitive this year, but they play great football.
Yep, shout out Fabian Hertzler, the German-American that is in charge at Brighton.
Second best logo.
Second best logo, and certainly the best on the day there against Everton. Everton had nothing inspiring in attack. I had 0 hope. The second Mitoma scored that first goal, I knew it was immediately over because the way Everton tried to create anything, there was no creating. It never got past the start line. So that was certainly a tough watch for that one.
For what it's worth, we will not be able to pick against Everton next week in our lock of the week as they are last in the Premier League.
Let's go, lads. Only up from here.
That's, silver linings anywhere you look here.
Both of my teams are at the bottom.
Let's wrap up. Yeah, Wolves. Good thing you jumped ship from that, so you can be up in there in 18th with Ipswich now. Upgrades. We'll move to the Premier League wrap-up. We're going to run through the scores here Aston Villa, West Ham. Good matchup here. A lot of talent on display here. Aston Villa comes out on top 2-1. For a certain point, I did think that West Ham were going to be able to eke it through. Both sides look like they're the better teams at certain points. And former Everton man, Onana, getting his head to a corner and getting a goal in his debut. And also, Johan Durant, Chicago Fire alum, decided to score the winner for Aston Villa after earlier this summer. He threw up the hammers, saying that he was going to West Ham. Once that deal fell through, he said, I'm here to stay, and scores the winner there. Liverpool win 2-0 versus Ipswich. Arne Slot era has begun. The first Liverpool manager with a win, I believe, in 5 managers they've had. So he's starting off pretty hot here. They were always going to win this one. Just need one to go into the back, and they ended up getting it late and got another one on top. Salah getting a goal and an assist in that one. Brentford with a 2-1 win over Palace. Eze may feel a little hard done by this game, having a free kick goal taken away as well as an assist. So tough if you're a Crystal Palace fan, but 2-1 win for Brentford. Thomas Frank got them buzzing. Newcastle down to 10 men and still beat Southampton. That red card came in, I believe, the 26th minute, or awfully early.
Yep.
Still win that game. Southampton, they can't beat a team with 10 men. You're going to have a tough time staying up this season. Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. Really, the headline here was that absolutely disgusting injury to Danilo, just broken leg. Thoughts out to him. That is not how you want to start your season, and certainly wishing him a speedy recovery to that one. But a 1-1 result there with Semenyo getting the late equalizer for the Cherries there. Nottingham Forest, maybe not as shit as I thought they might be this season. Boys, anything catch your eye out of the games here? Any players, any games, results?
You know me and the bees. Shout out to Mbomo and Visa, who are the new star duo. Looks like Tony's on his way to Saudi, maybe. So that was an impressive win. I thought I would have picked Glasnew's side before that game. So shout out to the bees.
They're buzzing.
Shout out Southampton for proving that I'm correct and that they are shit. Can't beat a 10-man Newcastle, even with 10 men for like 60% of the game. Ouch.
It was 0-0 when that red card came. Like, it's not like Newcastle's up.
They did not bunker down. They just continued playing how they wanted to. Southampton, I don't think you were going out on a limb saying they were going to be shit this season, Mike, but hats off to you, though. Hats off to you.
The only one to do it.
One. Only one that knew it. You heard it here first on Footy with the Boys at Southampton. We're going to be shit. If you're a Southampton fan, there's still hope. You guys can turn it around. But let's get into the U.S. men's national team corner here. When we start off with some strikers hitting it very, very hot off the get-go in the championship. Haji Wright looked like an absolute man possessed for Coventry City, getting a brace in this one, and honestly could have had more. An absolutely dynamic performance. And Josh Sargent said, I will not be taken out of this striker conversation. He gets a goal and an assist for Norwich as well. Heating up for the Golden Boot race in the championship.
Let's go.
And Balogun got 69 minutes for Monaco. Not getting a goal there. Boys, Haji Wright and Sargent getting some goals going. Mike, out of these options with Balogun struggling, Sargent and Haji both on fire. Who do you take, or do you think Pochettino is looking the most at right now?
Oh, I got to go Ballo. 69 minutes. I mean, that is almost 70 minutes, and that's almost a full match. So a dude with that kind of endurance, sign me up.
All right, that is something. That is certainly a take. But certainly Haji and Sargent get off to a hot start. In Italy, Pulisic started at the number 10 position for Milan. Not the greatest performance there for Milan. They were down 0-2. But Musa comes on late, has a shot deflected that then gets the first goal and then provides a beautiful assist for their second goal to end 2-2. I believe just about every team in Serie A is on 1 point. I think every game except one, maybe.
Not Napoli.
Draw. Yeah, not Napoli. The Hellas
They got
Verona is
shit
top of the
on.
league due to Antonio Conte's Napoli losing 3-0. But Musa, with that late assist, very clutch for him to sub on late, get that. Some of the younger players, Paxton Aronson making his Utrecht score sheet debut with an assist and then got a goal, but it was disallowed due to offsides. Pretty saucy dribble on that goal, though. Caleb Wiley immediately into Strasbourg's starting lineup, played the full game there. Big Brian Reynolds got the start for Westerlo, and Griffin Yao, the Olympic darling, as a substitute in that one. Still maybe looking for a move. Boys, other big kind of talking point here is the goalkeeper situation. And Nick, not a good thing to be talking about because Ethan Horvath had an absolute shocker of a goal that he let in. Own goals, never good. This own goal, very, very bad. Matt Turner, not in the Nottingham Forest squad. But Gaga Slonina winning man of the match. 2 out of 2 games for Barnsley. Another game. He has 7 saves in this one. Barnsley win.
Big hands.
Big hands.
I mean, quite honestly, is he just the only option we have left? Or do we start looking at the MLS and say, Zach Steffen, we missed you. Hey,
Dude,
Patrick
I heard some Zach Steffen whispers on the streets this week. I thought that was an interesting one, and shows you where the position is at, because this is by far probably the weakest position we have at the moment, and I'm including some other pretty sketchy ones. So it is all looking bad. The Horvath thing was, I mean, emblematic of what's been going on. It's been horrible. I don't give a shit about a Barnsley man of the match. In fact, I don't care at all. It's League One football. He's 19. Like, he's not coming towards the national team anytime soon, I don't think.
He's 100% going to be in
I
the
don't
national
know.
team soon. Within the
Mike's,
year.
within a year, he's going to be in the senior national team.
He might be in the September camp.
Okay, for like a friendly that no one cares about, but like he's not the solution, is what I'm saying. So he is not. Dude, it is a League One
I
man
don't
of
think he's
the
going to be the
match.
pin down starter. I don't think he's going to be the pin down starter, but he's definitely going to be in the squad.
Oh, come on, man. This is classic Flags, pinning hopes on young guys who play in the middle
I'm
of
not saying
butt
he's
nowhere.
starting. I'm saying he's going to be in the squad, almost guaranteed within the year.
All
if not
right.
already for September, October.
He will not be starting any World Cup games. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I'm not projecting 2 years out. I'm saying
I am. He will not be starting any World Cup games, so I don't care about him just yet. But I hope he
play a
keeps
minute in
doing
the
well.
Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing?
22 for World Cup time. I don't think that'd be crazy for him to potentially be an option there, especially with how shit every other option is. I think you're not understanding how bad of situations every other goalkeeper is in.
I understand that everyone's bad. That's why him doing well in League One does not really tickle my fancy. We have other stuff to talk about. Like, these other kids are doing freaking horrible, and it is in a bad state. So honestly, sure, give Zach Steffen another chance. Who cares? Like, at this point, you just need someone who's playing in somewhat of a decent level. So maybe you give Steffen another chance. Turner doesn't even make the squad. Is insane. And you can't have Horvath if that's what he's going to be doing. So it is a big concern, especially for a manager who very much likes to play out the back.
Yeah, I think he's going to be maybe looking for a target striker to be playing a little bit more release from the back when there's any pressure, if this is what our goalkeeper options are looking like. Kolyosho, though, in the championship, moving one league up from League One, got a goal for Burnley. He is the Italian-American dual national at JJ Watt's squad, got on the score sheet there. Boys, as bad as our goalkeeper situation is, it may not be worst, but it's certainly also a big concern, and a more concerning position is that midfield for the U.S. Gio Reyna, an unused stub in the DFB Pokal game for Dortmund, still have not started Bundesliga, so DFB Pokal, take it as you will, but unused sub. McKennie is back in the project at Juventus, I suppose, and was called useful, but also said that they're going to bring 19 players, but they can't have that many players in the actual squad. So McKennie's just traveling around on field trips with the squad, I guess. And Luca Della Torre and Tanner Tessman are both not in these squads for their team's first game of the season. Tessman verbally has been told he is no longer in the project at all. So what's going on with this midfield situation here, Mike? Because it's not looking pretty. We have Musa getting an assist, and other than that, what's really the positives here?
Dude, I blame Fabrizio. He fucked this shit up, dude. There used to be some secrecy around transfers, and now it's all out there. Everybody's dirty laundry's out there. So these clubs are feeling some type of way when these players are looking for moves. That's at least what it seems like for Tanner Tessman's situation. Come to Everton. We need midfielders. Solves all the problems.
Solves all the problems. I think Venezia also are pushing him to get out the door. They're struggling with finances and know that that's about a $6 million check they could cash, and they tell him he's not part of the project. He's going to have to
Just
go.
ask Drake for more money.
Nick, Mauricio Pochettino coming in. We already talked about the shocking situation at keeper. Now in the midfield, Poch's system, you need playtime. You need people who are fit. None of these players are playing. What do you think Poch is going to do? Maybe that's why he's not taking over the September camp. He said, fuck it, get these guys into some type of form here. Goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, De La Torre and Tessman are both kind of fringe guys for the roster this summer at Copa. So Tessman, you expect to have a big leap up. De La Torre, seems like a fringe player. The Gio one is very concerning. He's supposed to be one of your star man, so not great at all. He needs to figure out his situation, hire a fourth agent or whatever you got going on, like whichever number you're on. We got to get this solved. Been seeing a lot of Pulisic at the 10, Haji at the left wing shouts on Twitter this week, which I don't think is exactly the way Poch likes to play, but there are definitely two guys playing at least. So maybe that's what you take a look at in these upcoming friendlies. Play around with some of the versatility of the squad. For the guys mentioned though, it's not looking great. The McKennie one, I think hurts the most though. I think they're saying like no one's gonna take him, so we're gonna keep him, but we're not gonna use him. That's what it sounded like from his interview. And so that cannot hurt a guy who figures to be a pretty important guy in the midfield for us in the upcoming World Cup run.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny didn't start for Betis. I'm sure he'll get playtime. Adams injured. McKennie, useful, quote unquote. And Musa coming in as a sub. He get an assist, and he's looked very good. But, man, all of our kind of big options in the midfield have not panned out too well. Malik Tillman, though, got the start for PSV. Dropped a bit of a stinker. So it doesn't get much better. We'll see what happens there in the U.S. men's national team pool as we continue through the season here. A lot of action in terms of goals and assists and everything, but not from some of our more key players there. Let's move into our new segment, boys. We're going with Shout Out of the Week. And we will give you a shout out of the week. And we will give you a shout out of the week if you come up with a better name than that generic ass name. We were workshopping things. They all sounded shit. So let us know in the comments if you have something good. But I will start up my shout out of the week. I'm going with Mauricio Pochettino. That man has improved my life physically, mentally, spiritually, orally, everythingly. What? I meant aura as in A-U-R-A, and the second I said that, I
You're doing what to your oral?
Awful. Listen,
why is he improving your life orally?
If he coaches us to the World Cup and makes us do well, hey, whatever happens, happens.
Anything for the team.
Huh? Yeah, Nick. If you're not willing to do that for the team, you're just not a team player. Mike, what is your shout out of the week?
Quick first shout out of the week. Barcelona actually won, unlike Everton. Actually scored some goals, unlike Everton. My main shout out,
I suppose,
goes to the Arsenal fans at the Globe Pub in Chicago. Flags and I were there for the Saturday fixtures in the Premier League. Got there in time for the start of the Arsenal game. Did not get into the bar until about halftime because the Arsenal fans showed up about 6 o'clock in the morning. They are dedicated. They were singing the whole time, chanting, good atmosphere, good vibes, and they were very gracious and consolated me, gave me consolation however you want to say it. Every time Everton got
Consoled.
scored on,
Consoled.
me,
Not constant.
which was 3 times. 3 times I got patted on the shoulder and said, "Sorry, bud." And I said, "It's not that serious. I've been an Everton fan for a long time."
He said, I know this. Nick, shout out of the week, or if you want to take Mike's lead, just shout out a bunch of things and see what happens.
Listen, I'm really glad they constellated you. I think that's great. It just shows the class of Arsenal.
Constipated.
The constipated you is
Constipation in that bar was
consummated.
off the charts.
the constellations were just beautiful in the bar.
Listen, my shout out of the week goes to NBC because I thought the new goal animations that they have on these live broadcasts are electric. All of them look great, but Arsenal by far looks the best. A little cannon pops up and shoots, and then a goal pops up on the screen. I think it looks great. It looks dope. A small thing, but whoever did that, I see you, bro. Way to go. You're adding something positive to my weekend experience, so I appreciate you. Shout out to the person who came up with that.
Hey, Nick,
Graphic
is that a shot at me?
W.
Since I'm never going to see that with the Everton logo? Is that a shot?
They didn't make one for Everton, unfortunately.
Fuck no. Of course they did.
So we'll worry about that a little bit later in the season.
They're workshopping an Everton own goal one. They're just trying to.
We got a good look at that Brighton one. Don't worry, but nothing yet for the Toffees. Palmer, what is your shout out of the week here?
My shout out is for the old guy that was at the driving range this morning. He let me have all of the extra golf balls that he hadn't used because he was trying to save his back. So saved me a good $4. Shout out that guy.
Shout out
that guy.
Shout out Old Man's Balls. Really helping out Palmer.
Old Tom Morris.
His name is Palmer, like Arnold Palmer. So the golfing just comes naturally to this kid.
He recognized me.
Yeah, he must have. Well, Palmer, because you've been so helped out by this old man, why don't you help us out with your one question with producer P here?
Oh boy. Do I have a banger for you guys?
Oh boy.
A very soccer-oriented one. All right, boys. Let's say that you need to survive in the woods for 1 whole week. Now, we can decide where these woods are,
hard.
but you can only bring 4 items with you. What 4 items are you bringing to not die?
Cheers.
A house, or a Costco, fully stocked, a car, and a water tank.
He won.
Wow, dude. I'd never heard such good answers to that. That's crazy.
I'm bringing a dog to have fun. Just a hunting dog, maybe can help me hunt a little bit. Tent, a knife, and Mike Tracy to defend me from any bears because the boy picked up a clean sheet today in the Chicago Premier League. Shout out to Mike Tracy.
Let's go. 3 points. What am I bringing? I'm bringing a knife. Bringing a knife with a serrated area on the knife.
Wow,
Big point.
This guy knows his
Need
knives.
Need the saw capabilities.
I was bringing a butter knife. Good clarification.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Bringing matches. Big thing of matches. I'm bringing a life straw. Got to have the life straw. Could do it another way, but I want the life straw. And I'm bringing my Everton home kit. 2021 season, because
something to burn.
Even in the darkest hours, Everton will guide me true. I don't need a compass. I know which way north is. I know which way we're headed. And it's not up, it's down, baby.
Straight to the middle, baby. Mike's Everton kit was actually beautiful for survival. The bears will see it. They're trying to eat him. They go, oh. No,
it's not going to taste good.
He has it rough enough.
I don't want to eat a loser.
They say, "Oh, that's not good. That's not a good look for us. Let's move on."
We only eat Everton.
Find a Tottenham fan or something to make fun of. Palmer, can I take a guess at yours?
Oh, I like this.
Sure.
Well, okay, the three of us get 6 guesses to guess Palmer's 4 things.
Okay, my
Okay.
guess and my only guess is 4 knives.
All 4? How the fuck did you know?
Yeah, I know this guy.
Knives of various sizes.
One of them would be the golf balls given to you by the old guy today.
Those are a gift. I can't not bring them.
It'd be rude.
It'd be rude.
9mm with red dot, tactical mags, and a reflex sight.
I mean,
Fortnite.
He's bringing a scar. All right, Palmer, what are you?
Gold
What are you
star.
bringing to your woods, not deserted island?
I would have brought a pot to start off. I don't know how you guys are gonna eat.
Bringing weed. Jesus.
I have a Costco and a house.
I have a hunting
life
dog.
straw.
Yeah, you can just drink whatever you find.
He's going on a juice cleanse.
Fuck yeah.
You can survive a week without food.
Well, let's make it 2 weeks then. I don't know.
Oh,
not
well,
gonna
that
have a
changes
good
everything.
time.
What's your answer? What are the 4 things you're bringing?
A lighter,
Before we start
a big
changing the
knife,
game.
and a gun.
Yeah, we pretty much called it.
Yeah.
Okay,
that was
yeah.
well done out of you 3.
I just said a more
Predictable man over
specific
here.
gun.
Yeah. That was a very specific
All
gun.
right. Let us know what you'd bring for your week in the woods here.
Listen,
and who maybe
Palmer,
got the
when you're
better before.
when you're up a river without an Everton jersey, you're gonna feel sorry.
You're gonna feel
Dude.
like such an idiot.
When the bear finds me and I'm not in an Everton jersey, I'm gonna be
You're
so
like a
upset.
moron.
Yeah, I agree. I'll
Shot
just have
Deitch will come save me.
I'll have to draw a circle on the ground.
Sean Dice is known for bunkering in. Mike will be able to bunker in for the week, no problem.
Plot twist: Sean Dyche
Chased by
is
a
the
bear.
bear.
Yep, Shot Deitch with a 2-footed tackle. Exactly. Flags, I think we have another segment.
No. Let's save it. Let's save it.
No.
Or you want to do it
You're
now?
saving
Let's
it?
do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's
All
do it.
right,
Oh boy, oh boy.
we'll do it now. For our Lock of the Week competition last year, we tallied up all the points. You got 1 point for getting the correct result, 2 points for the correct score line. Did that throughout the entire season, doing it again this season. But first, we have to have the prize. First place gets a jersey. Second place chooses it, and third place pays. I've been delivered from delivery boy Mike Tracy the jersey here, and here is the reveal.
Straight from
It
eBay.
is green.
It's green.
It is in fact green. We got a Giovanni Dos Santos jersey.
Oh, Gio.
Ward one.
It is
Not
very
the Gio,
warm.
not the Gio that is the star boy. But in fact,
That see his
a
beat.
former Barcelona boy here.
It's game worn, dude.
Giovanni Dos Santos.
Oh, my
I will
God.
do rituals against that when we play El Tree. Make sure to curse it somehow.
We've decided
Yeah,
that
It's
you
also
have
a
to
little
wear.
small. You got to try that thing on. We got to see that thing on.
We've decided that you have to wear it
That'll
for
be on the
when we play
Patreon
Mexico.
if it's so small.
It's so small.
Maybe that could be something for subscribers only episode.
Dude, it said it was a adult large, but it sure does not look like one.
Where how much you pay for it?
$47 off of eBay.
47. what an interesting
For
city.
authentic 2014 Mexico kits, cheapest one by a mile. Most of them were going for 200 and they were brand new. So fuck you, I'm not giving you 200 on a Gio Dos Santos jersey.
Gio indeed, but Dos Santos here, not Gio Reyna, but he is maybe the predecessor of the new Gio taking over in CONCACAF. My star boy Gio Reyna. Mike, final thoughts as we close out the podcast here.
So hype that club football is back. Premier League, Serie A, La Liga. I watched it all this weekend, and I'm pumped for the upcoming season. Even if Everton's not going to have a great one, it'll be a fun one to watch. Nick?
Game against Villa next weekend. We're starting off the season strong. Up the Gunners, baby.
Big game. Up the Toffees. up Poach. Hopefully something changes and he will be in for the September camp. But until we do get confirmation of that, I'll be looking forward to October as well, where you can get some revenge on Panama. But until our next episode where we preview the next week in the Premier League, subscribe, like, comment what you thought on everything we said. Comment what you don't think of what we didn't say. And until then, peace.